All right, guys, let's check out this Gshock square transformer type set. This is the dw-5600tf transformer 19-set for 2019. This was released in December of 2019 from Casio Gshock, and it includes, I think you can get it a bunch of different ways, or you can get the transformer, or you can get the watch, or you can get the complete set, which this one is, and it'll include this watch, which is the dw-5600VT, and you can see it has the transformer case back from Tomai, which is the toy manufacturing company. And then you have the I don't know what you call this, it's not quite teal, it's a very nice soft color, layered strap with the color matching on the dial and everything like that. Transformers on the glass and all the colorway and everything, really cool. But it's at its core, it's a base dw-5600. It just has some flair going on there. So it does have a Transformers logo thing when you do the backlight. I will show that towards the end. So pretty awesome stuff, right? It's fun to explore this side of the hobby when you're messing around with squares and G-Shocks and stuff like that. They do often, they'll do, well, not super often, but they'll do sets or other product things such as the G-Shock guys that I have in the background, or the little bear, the pins. They have some extra stuff, you know what I mean? So this was I think a Japan only release. I'm not 100% sure, but looking at the literature, I'm guessing so. This is the Master Nemesis Prime. And then there's two different modes. So there's going to be this configuration here is like the alter mode or something, and then it transforms into a robot. There are the instructions in here on how to do so. I'm not very good with instructions, and certainly not very good with instructions in a different language, although there are a ton of pictures and very detailed, I'm sure. I will probably just put a link in the video description down below. And Gshock High Fashion channel did a almost like a ASMR or whatever they call it, where he goes through the transformation, but he doesn't talk at all. It's pretty slick. I'm not going to do that on camera, I don't think, anyway. Mostly I just wanted to show this configuration and the watch, and then I will transform it. These are guns. These are removed, and then they'll go in the hands of the transformer. This here is just a medallion type thing, or whatever, maybe they officially call it something, but this is where you would actually strap the watch down, and then when you have it into the robot mode, this will be in its chest. So we'll do that configuration, and then we'll take a little bit better look at it in that configuration, and then we'll show you the backlighting. But very cool overall design. Let me pop this guy on the wrist before I commit it to full transformer mode. Take off the watch I was wearing. Pop this on my 7 1/4 wrist. Now these, I don't think these are super difficult to get right now, but there you can see on my 7.25 inch wrist, just a great looking colorway. It's not too flashy or too bold, but it has a nice little pop to it. This was sent over by my buddy over at JTMWATCHES. I'll put a link to his store and maybe Instagram if I can figure it out in the description down below. He is an excellent resource for picking up watches and kits like this that are very difficult to find. I think I've utilized him a few times now, and I've given him watches that were like a request for a watch that was fairly difficult to get, and he's come through. So if you're legit spender, if you're ready to put down that coin and you want to find something that is, you know, JDM or something like that, that is difficult to get, hit up my buddy over at JTMWATCHES and see what he can do for you. So I'll be right back. We'll do the transformation. I don't think I did too bad. I did use Gshock High Fashion's channel to instruct me on how to do it, but I must have been probably one of the only kids growing up in the Transformer era. I think it was maybe I was a little bit older when the Transformers were kind of the big deal, but I still was in the range where I essentially grew up as a kid when the Transformers was happening, and I just never cared for them. I never played with them. So I'm sure if somebody was used to it and they're around my age that grew up with Transformers, they'd probably whip this out no problem and not even need the instructions or any tutorial or anything like that. But here is the thing. the overall height on this guy, I just kind of measured it, is about 9 inches tall compared to the just over 5 inches tall of the Gshock G-Man guys. So really cool toys to play with when you're in the hobby, I guess. But it moves around and does all this other stuff too. So I don't know. You know, it's more of a showpiece, I guess, or a collectible, or whatever you want to call it. I know I did forget to do the light, so I'm going to try to do it without removing the watch from the transformer. So let me shut these lights off here and see if I can reach in there and grab that button. And if the camera will, there you go. You can see it illuminates in red, and it has kind of a blue transformer logo in the background. So pretty cool stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Am I losing it with the toys? I knew I already had lost it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to JTM Watches for hooking us up with this particular toy, collectible. It's a toy, right? Everything's a toy if you play with it. And yeah, it's fun stuff. I'll see you guys on the next vid.